Well, hello everybody, it's Mary at Yard Art of Russ. I am going to paint tonight. Maybe y'all can come hang out with me. I got some patriotic blanks that we have at the store that are ready to go. And summer is coming, y'all. It's the hot weather was here today in Texas. I can honestly say it was pretty warm outside, and so we know summer's coming, y'all. It's going to be hot as heck. Hey, Debbie, how are you? I'm painting some patriotic pieces. Got a bunch of stuff done today, and I thought, well, let me come on. I am doing some base coating. Notice I painted this gray because I knew this piece was going to have a lot of red on it, and sometimes red can be hard. So I base coated this. I started with this whole thing. It was actually, our primed MDO comes to us as primed on one side white, right? Hey Amy, hey Karen, how are you? I'm glad y'all are here. And so this came as white. And so what I did is I went ahead and base coated it with a roller in gray. And I'm gonna show you in a minute the difference that it makes when you do that. As far as it's all about the red, y'all. The red is the hardest color to get coverage on. Always has been and probably always will be. So I painted the whole thing red. And then, I'm sorry, I said painted the whole thing red. Painted the whole thing gray. Now gray is a good base color because everything's gonna cover it. Meaning white is not gonna have a hard time covering this gray. The red really likes that gray underneath there because it gives it something to hold on to. As far as transparency, it gives it what I think of as, or some people might call tooth. Meaning, if you look at that red now, I've got a really good red on there. And all I did was, thank you Debbie. Hey Brian, how are you? And all I did was base coat it in gray, so that way my red is going to really stick out. Because when you're doing patriotic, well, really there's a lot of times you want red to look really, really red. When you're doing Christmas or Santa or patriotic or anything like that. So I started with, this afternoon I was in my art room, and so I went ahead and base coated all of this with a roller in gray, number 24 gray. Now, let's see. Okay, and on my flag, even though I'm gonna come over here, y'all, my nose is itching. Okay, so your flag, you've got the red and white stripes. So these are what I would call worn out script liners, y'all, and this is what they're good for. So I don't throw anything away. I use that worn out script liner to base coat small areas. Hey Joyce, hey Pam, hey Nan, how are y'all? I wanted to come on tonight because I wanted to show y'all that we've got some patriotic blanks. Now y'all, the blanks, and I just put the templates up this afternoon. So if you cut your own and you want to buy templates, the templates are up. Debbie, if you would be so gracious, if you could find the link and put that link in the comments for the templates, and just go to the patriotic page for the blanks too. And if you can do that, fine. If you can't, don't worry about it. So I just got the templates up this afternoon. So we're good to go on that. Y'all, templates are a lot of work to list, to get them onto the website. That's why sometimes I'm a little bit slow about that. Okay, so I've got that red, and it looks like I'm on, let's see, now I've got to do the bottom part of my wheelbarrow, okay. Still using this brush. Tell you what, because I've got quite a bit of space here, I'm going to pick this up, and I'm going to go ahead and use this mop brush to do this, because it's a bigger area. I'm going to come down here, I need some more red paint. My red paint wants to be a little bit gummy on me. Hey Kim, how are you? I got your email on the photos, and I'll get all that set up for you. I'm just base coating some of these patriotic pieces, and I started with number 24 gray, and that way my red is going to look really good on all my patriotic pieces. So if you're having trouble with red paint having good coverage, all that means is you're normal. Everybody has that trouble. Of course, I paint the sides while I'm here, and that way I can get them all coated. I always paint the sides in my base coat colors, and that's probably because I always have a bigger brush in my hand. So, thank you, Debbie, for that. Once again, you saved my behind. Once again, I noticed I had a lot of people buying, not a lot, but quite a few buying templates for the porch greeters. Those templates are a lot of work, but once they're done, they're done. So that's the good news, y'all. Almost got this gray. I think this red, I've got 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'm almost done with the red on this. And now what I'm gonna do, instead of washing this brush and going to another color, I'm going to basically finish all this up, set this aside, and while I have this red brush, let me show you too what I did the other day. So this is a pattern I'm working on. I don't know really if I like it or if it's gonna make it into the product line or not, but it's a Santa, and he's driving a red truck. So I know one thing, I'm gonna put probably some packages back here if we do this. I'm not sure if we're gonna do this, but I'm showing you all this because I base coated this whole thing in red with a roller. Then I let it dry, right? Once the gray was dry, knowing that my windshield and my bumpers and some of my tires were going to be gray, and then, you know, so I base coated it gray, and then I did the red, and I only put 1 coat of red. So look at that red and what that looks like and how pretty it looks, right? If you have that gray under it. And so that's what I did, and you can just tell I just rolled 1 coat of the red on there in the bigger areas, and then of course on these smaller areas you have to get up and take a, this is a big piece, you have to take a brush. So that's kind of the way I've been dealing with red. You could probably get away with using a reindeer brown or a medium brown under your red if you wanted to do that. You like the truck? Oh, you like it? See, y'all, I'm glad y'all said that because I did it the other day. Yeah, I don't know, y'all. Sometimes some of the things I do I like. Sometimes some of the things I do I'm like, nah. You know, so I'm glad y'all could tell me you like it. Because I wasn't really sure. I do know that we need some presents in the back of that truck, but I couldn't decide what to do with it, honestly. But you know, when you're designing something, y'all, there's a lot of decision making. And sometimes the brain just says, you know what, I can't decide. So I wasn't feeling it too much. So we'll see, maybe I'll get some presents in it. Gray makes it then white. Yes, yes. Because the MDO that we get, y'all, comes to us white. And you're trying, now in the old days, we got MDO unprimed, and I could lay and it was brown. I could lay that red right on the unprimed MDO and go to town and I was fine. But, y'all, things change. You know, y'all know that. And I guess I shouldn't be complaining. The fact that I even have any MD is almost a miracle. And so, but I can't get the raw the way I used to, unfortunately. So that means I've got to deal with some primed, and in some cases that's good because if you got a lot of white and that primer's already white, so it's kind of a double-edged sword. Kind of a double-edged sword. It's just depending on how much of a base color you have on there, really, is to if it's good that it's brown raw or if it's primed. It just is the Patriotic Wheelbarrow going to be available as a cutout? Yes, this one that you saw me just do, I got my Lazy Susan. Hey y'all, I cleaned my art room because it was just a disaster. But yes, this Patriotic Wheelbarrow is already available as a blank on the website. The one that you just saw me base cutting, it's on there. We have 3 new Patriotic pieces this season. One is the wheelbarrow, one is this hat, and one is an Uncle Sam. I don't think I'll get to Uncle Sam tonight because it's just too much. We'd be here forever, even though I base coat pretty fast. But you can see how good that red looks on top of that gray. And that's just that number 24 gray. If you don't have any gray at home, you could always just get some white and black, mix it up and make you some gray. You know, you gotta do what you gotta do when you need it. So, that's what I would do if I didn't have any. If you have black and white, you can make gray and put that underneath the red. Now, I'm gonna tell y'all how old I am. In the old days, a long time ago, when you wanted a Santa red, what you did was you put 2 base coats of almost like a medium tone brown, let that dry. You made sure your base was totally, really brown. And then I'd mix a little bit of brown in that red, and then I would get Santa red. Now, believe it or not, the red is a lot better than what it used to be. It used to be a lot worse. So, while I'm complaining, I probably shouldn't be. All right, so that's white. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 red. Okay. Because y'all, if I was just sitting here talking and I don't pay attention to my stripes, it's very easy for me to paint the wrong color. I know y'all have never done that. Never done that. So even though I complain about the red, it's a lot better than it used to be. Technology has come a long way. As far as that. Some other ways, maybe not so much. Hey Brenda and Sarah, how are y'all? And Carla, I'm painting I'm actually just kind of coming on and showing y'all like some of the things that we would teach in the academy on how to base coat. We try to give y'all a lot of tips on what the problems are that you're going to have, that I know you're going to have. And so I thought, well, we have the academy open. It's open until Friday or Saturday, I can't remember. And this is the kind of thing that we do a lot of in the academy. We try to really give a lot of how-to. We will also do all of our porch greeters in the academy. We will not, anybody can buy the blank or the template, but you gotta be in the academy to get the tutorial. And when we do a tutorial in the academy, we don't put that on YouTube, we don't put that on Shopify, or on our website, Yarded or Us. So the porch greeters will all be done in the academy, along with some other stuff. But anyway, okay, so I have, hey Brenda, how are you? Now, y'all can tell, just this little bit of time, I've got all my gray on here. I've got all my red. And my red is looking pretty good, considering I started with a white piece of board, right? Okay, so I've got that. Now I'm going to move on. Let's move on to some white. And white there, white there. And you'll see that the white covers the gray real well. So you don't have to worry about, oh, if I use the gray, I'm going to have a hard time getting the white to cover it. It'll cover it. It will cover it. Yeah, today Bruce and I were putting together some more, some more porch greeters like what you see behind us, because we were trying to perfect that pattern. And I think I've almost got it perfected as far as putting it together. And so everybody, I had a lot of people over at the house today. A lot of people were helping us. We're doing 150 joys. And so 150 joys, there's 3 letters, so that's 450 letters. Then you have the manger and you have the star. So 150 mangers, 150 stars, so that's 300. So you have 700 pieces to move. Not to mention painting the front, painting the sides, and all of that. So we've had a lot of help over here this week. And everybody that walks in likes those porch greeters. They're like, oh, I've got to have one of those. They are cute. I've got 2 witch porch greeters coming for Halloween. And I also have 1 patriotic porch greeter coming. Uncle Sam. All right, so I've got that white. Let me make sure I'm good. Okay, I think I'm good. All right, so I've got a little bit of red in that white paint, but y'all, I'm not going to worry about that. I can always just come back later. When I'm doing my highlights, y'all know at the end how I highlight everything. If I still have red on this white, I will take a little highlight. So I'm going to set that aside, and I'm going to pull this back. This is that wheelbarrow that Karen was asking about. It's already on the website. Now, I'm doing my USA letters in, let me see, that wasn't very good. Messed that up. I'm doing my USA letters in yellow. So I know that I'm going to have to do this, y'all. I'm going to have to put some white under there. And it doesn't matter if my white coat is, really, really thick and pretty, because the yellow's going to cover it. So I'm going to put some white here. And I'm also going to pick up this, because remember, this is that worn out script liner that I'm going to use. I don't throw my script liners away, even though I can't use them as script liners, because they make good base coating brushes for little areas. All right, just about got that. That, okay. Put a little bit more paint here. I try not to get too much because y'all, it's very easy for me to get too much paint because I get kind of crazy with this sometimes. I'm just taking that white in there. Come up in here. There we go. And it's not perfect, but I know yellow's gonna come over there and cover a lot of that up. So I'm not worried about it. Hey, there you go. Valerie, how are you doing? Valerie was here helping us today. We had, well, I wasn't out here with them much. They were trying to get all these joys base coated, so you can then, you have to base coat them, then you have to stake them, and then you glitter them. And of course, the weatherman said there was going to be no rain today. And guess what happened this morning is they're out here with 150 joys. Now remember, that's 750 individual pieces that you've got to handle to get, 150 complete sets of joys. So it's like, And then of course, I don't think the weatherman knows what he's talking about, ever. I really don't, y'all. I think they're wrong more than they're right. So I've got this little worn out script liner, and that's what I use to go in here in all of these smaller areas. This is going to be yellow, so I'm going to go ahead and cover that. Like so. You got it. Okay. Now I think the red one is white. That's blue, and I've got a thing over there looking. Because I have my sample, my painted sample over there. Nan says, I need to learn to use more paint. I'm too stingy. Yeah, you made the J's into L's. I'll have to tell y'all that story in a minute. Nan, it is, over the years, we had a lot of different people work with us, and they all want to make, I guess save me money, if you will, on the paint. And while I appreciate that thought and that sentiment, in yard art that just doesn't work, and especially with my style, you really need a lot of paint. This piece is going to be outside, and y'all, we're in South Texas, and our weather is brutal as far as the humidity. So it's pretty harsh condition, and so you really need a lot of paint for two reasons. For the outside element, but also you want a really good base coat that is going to show off all of the shading that you do, the highlighting, the outlining. If you don't have that good base coat, then to me it doesn't look as good. That's just, so over the years I've had to get a lot of people kind of train them if they were helping us paint. You got to put more paint on there, and they just kind of look at me like, don't you? And I even had them say, I'm trying to help you save money on paint. And I'm like, well, don't do me any favors. I'm just going to put some more paint on it. I would love to save money on paint, y'all. I would love to do that. But I don't want to do that at the expense of what I'm trying to achieve, right? So, let me do this, okay? Hi, Kathy, how are you? And Sherry is with us tonight. I love seeing you guys. It is fun to come on. It's really the best part of my day is when I go live because I'm painting and I kind of get to visit with y'all. So much of, how life is, so much of life is doing what you know you have to do. Not always what, the part that you like, but that's just the way it is. Kind of like, I don't care who you are, there's always a kitchen that needs to be kind of spruced up or cleaned, and laundry. So it's just the way it is. I don't care who you are, that's just how it is. All right, so I'm going to put away the white for right now. I'm going to pull out my brilliant blue, y'all. I have a lot of this is brilliant blue. Now when it comes to Patriotic, I tend to do the number 20 red, the number 5 brilliant blue, and of course white. That's usually how I do it. I made some fence peekers for someone, and somebody, what? Oh, Ava. I don't understand people. You know, that's just so ridiculous. Sherry says, did you say you were going to have a patriotic porch greeter? Yes, I am, and it's going to be super cute. As soon as we get it cut, Sherry, I will be in the, I'll probably do that one in May in the Academy, because I've got to hurry up, we've got to hurry and get it, because obviously time is of the essence on that one. You know, the Christmas ones, it's not that big a deal. Okay, y'all, my paint is not wanting to cooperate, so here's what you have to do. Pull this out, because this happens, y'all. All right, so here we go. Got a little taste tester spoon. I don't know if y'all can see that, but I got a problem in here. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. So I got all that, and y'all can see my problem, right? So I'll put a piece of paper here. And a nail. Sherry says, awesome, I can't wait, love your designs. The porch greeters have really gotten a lot of attention, and they've kind of inspired me. I tell you what happened is, I think I told this story on another video. We were cleaning out our storage, and Bruce was demanding that I throw a bunch of these lights away, and I was like, no, I'm not throwing any. Y'all, things cost so much money, I don't want to throw anything away. If I can salvage it. If there's nothing I can do with it, then of course I would throw it away. And so I started on the template, you know, the pattern and the design, and then I went over to Ashley's house, and she said, Mama, I got a lot of lights that I haven't used, and you need to take them, because she and I were talking about it. So I came home with all of her lights, and that's when I said, well, I'll just try to find a way to use these. And porch greeters was only the thing that we kind of come up with, and everybody seems to like them. So I have a lot of lights, and this is the year they're going to go bye-bye out the door, because I don't really always need to have a bunch of supplies and not move them, you know. Okay, so I have this worn out brush here, worn out script liner, and I've got my Brilliant Blue, and I'm just going to kind of come in here like that. Okay. Now, the other thing I could have done, and I didn't think about it till later, and if you're going to do this and you might try it, I could have just painted this whole thing the blue, because that's the primary color of this portion. When I say the whole thing, I mean this part right here. And then put the red on top of the blue, and then the white on top of the blue. And that probably would have been a little bit faster. But I didn't think about that, you know. So hey, if you do that, maybe paint this part blue, and then put your red hard on top of that, and then your white letters on top of that, if that makes sense. Okay, so let's go under here. And you can see that worn out script liner is just a really good thing. It's just the right size to get up in here and do my base coating. So even when your script liners start fanning out like almost like a fan brush, and you can't really script liner with them anymore, don't throw them away. Use them for this. Okay, yeah, and then it's big enough I can get a lot of paint on there and base coat pretty doggone quick. Just like that. Here, and what I'll do is I'll come on tomorrow, and see, tomorrow's Wednesday. I'll probably finish this guy tomorrow, and I'll finish him in the hat tomorrow. When I do that hat, I don't know why y'all always think of Cat in the Hat. It's nothing to do with patriotic. That's what I always think of, Cat in the Hat. Okay, so I'm gonna flip this around. Yeah, when I cleaned my art room, because it was pretty messed up over here, I found my Lazy Susans. Okay. And then I'll come over here on the side. Oh, Valerie said we got the J's and the L's mixed up. So today we were doing joys, and about halfway, I don't know, half of the L's or the J's were done. The backs were painted, because what we do is paint the backs, let that dry, flip it over, roll the edges, paint the face, let that dry, and then put stakes on them. And everybody was just working, and Bruce comes along and tells them, hey, did y'all realize the J's are backwards? Instead of it being joy, it was going to be Loy, L-O-Y. Y'all, and the sad thing is, I've done it before. This is not the first time. So a lot of people were here today and had to go back and take the stakes off the J's, put them on the other side to make the J going in the right direction. I don't know if that's ever happened to y'all, but Lordy be. And you feel so dumb when you do it. But that's not the first time that it's happened. So we lost a little bit of productivity, but you know, we just back the card up and do it. That's all you can do. There's nothing else you can do. Okay. Now, when I do my flag, honestly, here's what I would do. I'm almost done with it. Let me do this. I forgot. I got to do this blue right here. So you see this blue part of the flag? What I'm going to do is I'm just going to base coat it blue that you see, you know, that I have right here, the brilliant blue. And then after that's dry, probably tomorrow, I will come in with a nice small number 4 script liner, and I'll just do those stars. Now, do yourself a favor. Do not try to outline those stars. Just paint those stars white, no outlining, and leave it alone. Because they're so tiny, if you try to outline them, you're going to drive yourself crazy, and it's not going to look good. And so I put a lot of paint in there. You can see I'm kind of like, I don't know, stabbing that brush down in there, right? Okay, there we go. And then tomorrow I'll come in here and I'll just take a brush, a script liner, and I will make those white stars. That's all I'm going to do. So I've got all of him done, except he needs a little bit of black right here, y'all. And I can show y'all what this is going to look like when it's done. I even posted it a little bit earlier. But this is what he's going to look like when he's done. I'll come on probably tomorrow and work on showing you how to shade all that. All right, so I got some black wheel I got to do, and then he is base coated and ready to sit here all night in the art room and dry. Because that's basically what he's going to do. You have to sit here all night to dry, basically. And so today when they discovered that, I think Bruce is actually the one who caught it. We had staked so many of the J's backwards where it looked like an L and not a J. And it's like, you know, you're trying to get work done, and then you do something like that, and you're like, what? And I can't say it's the first time. And probably it's not going to be the last. Probably it's not going to be the last, y'all. But I know one time I used to make, or I still do make them sometimes, the little praying kid nativity, the little boy and the little girl. And I had made a bunch of the girls, and they were in storage, and it came time for me to make the boys. Our storage is about a couple miles down the road. I get out of the truck, stop what I'm doing, I go down to the storage, I look at the girls, because I want to make sure when I start on the boys that they face the girls. I look at the girls, I come home, I think we were making 15 sets that year. I already had 15 girls. I make 15 boys. Think, okay, we're cool, we're all ready to go. We start putting them out, you know, during the Christmas season, and Bruce calls me and he's like, you're not going to believe this, but all your praying boys and your praying girls are going the same way. And they have, hey Wendy, how are you? They have a baby Jesus in the middle, so the girls this way, the boys this way. So I had 15 sets of boys and girls both going that way. And what is so bad is I actually went down there. How do you screw that up? I really can't believe I did that. So what did I have to do, y'all? I had to make I had to make 15 more sets. And I was very blessed that year that I don't usually sell 30 sets of those and every one of them sold, but that's not the point. The point was, you know, it was crunch time and I'm over here having to fix an error that I should have not done. Wendy said she's doing good. Wendy, that's good. That's good. Wendy is married to my nephew. She's been in our family. She's a great addition. She's been in our family a long time. A good wife for my nephew and their daughter, a good mom. So I've almost finished this guy. And this is what I call the Firecracker Hat, and the template and the blank are ready to go in case you want to do that. And I'll come on tomorrow and I will base cut or finish painting them, making them look all pretty. But if you do that, I would suggest, just like I showed you on this, if you weren't here earlier, if you want your red to look really good, I base coated this whole thing in gray. So if you got a lot of red, base coat gray first, let that dry. Then come back and put your red on top, okay? And I was saying earlier, I don't know about this design. He's standing driving in the truck. I don't know, I'm not really feeling him, but some of y'all seem to like him. But hey, you know, you just never know how things are gonna go. But I will be on tomorrow to finish painting this. The Academy is open starting today. It closes, I think, on Friday night or Saturday night. And in the Academy, you have access to all kinds of tutorials and videos. You get 2 free templates every month, and you will also get tutorials on all of the porch greeters, because we won't be doing those anywhere but the Academy. So thanks for hanging out. I hope y'all have a good evening, and we will see you guys later. Bye-bye. Well, hello everybody, it's Mary at Yard Out of Rust. I hope you guys are doing well. I am painting a USA wheelbarrow that we have the blank in the store. Here's the finished product. And I'm starting tonight with a base coated one that's already been base coated. It was live a couple of nights ago and I base coated it. And so I'm just going to do a little bit of shading and some highlighting, not lighting. There won't be a whole lot to it. Hope you guys are doing okay tonight. I have had a good day. It's been a hard day, y'all. First of all, we're painting all kinds of joys. So that's lots and lots and lots of work. Hey Debbie, hey Nan, how are y'all? So we've been painting joys. So we've been on our feet on the concrete out in the yard. And the weather's just been crazy and with a lot of wind. And so I have, we did a lot of that today. And I think y'all can tell I've been doing some posting and stuff on Facebook. So I've been doing all kinds of stuff with that. Trying to get some of these porch greeters kind of to the point where I can let them go. Y'all know what I mean by let them go? That just means I can put them to bed. The design is done, all that good stuff. Thank you, Debbie, so much. Hey, Tressa, how are you? Debbie always takes care of me. So I just highlighted or shaded using a flat tip brush with the shading yellow. I'm going to pick up my script liner and I'm going to use that same color and I'm just going to outline right on the outside where that shading is to kind of give me a good border of my letters USA. And so I've been doing a lot of posting, setting up some paint parties on the schedule, doing posting on Facebook. If y'all follow me, you probably have seen I've been doing that the last couple of days. I do believe tomorrow might be a little bit of a downtime for me. We're gonna go see my grandbaby on Saturday. So we're gonna go spend some time over there with Ashley and Carly and Oakley Ray and Zach. We're doing Mother's Day on Saturday, y'all. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you so much. Hey, Karen, how are you? So instead of doing Mother's Day on Sunday, we're doing it on Saturday. And on Sunday, I have a feeling it's going to be a really quiet day of rest around here. I kind of have that feeling, y'all. And that will be a great way for me to spend a Sunday. Quiet. Ashley said that we're doing Mother's Day on Saturday because on the actual day of Mother's Day, she doesn't want to get out of her PJs. She wants to stay at home and just kind of enjoy herself with some peace and quiet. And I kind of get that too, you know. Being a mom of young kids is hard, you know, having a new baby. Hey, Mary Kay, how are you? And hey, Kitty, I'm glad y'all are hanging out with me. So when Ashley said, can we do this on Saturday? You know, kind of have our Mother's Day thing on Saturday. I was like, sure. And then we can kind of chill on Sunday. So I'm looking forward to that. It's been a good week, y'all. It really has, but it's been a hard week. Got a lot of stuff done, but man, I don't want to repeat this week. I don't know. Don't y'all think Mary Kay says she's doing good? That's awesome. Debbie, I see that you purchased the paint party for the truck behind me. And it's really funny because it's been surprising to me. I think I only have 4 spaces left for that party at this point. And you know, it's booked out along. Well, y'all, I have to do my schedule way in advance because that's the only way I can. Because really, when September gets here, if I don't have all that planned, it's not gonna happen. It's just not. So while I have this here, I'm gonna do my little flagpole. Just a little bit of an outline there. Give my flagpole a little bit of definition. I'm not gonna do a whole lot. I just got that script liner and did a little bit of that. So I shaded in the shading yellow with the flat tip brush, and I took that same shading yellow with the script liner. And there you go. All right, so let's get that flat tip brush. I'm just gonna wash it out over here. Lou, how are you doing? And Carolyn? Fine. You're gonna get Joyce to book now? Good. Yeah, because you know you and Joyce always have to come together. And you know it's gonna be a fun party with all of us there ratcheting our jaws, as they say. Lou, I hope you're doing good. Carolyn, I have not forgotten you. In fact, your baseball gnome, the one that you wanted, will be cut either tomorrow or Monday. I got your name on the list, but it's a good list. It's not a bad list. I didn't mean to say it like it was a bad list. It's a good list. And y'all, the vacuum pump went down. Some of the motors went down on our vacuum pump on our CNC, and the motors just came in. So we've been kind of a few days without a vacuum pump, and you just can't really cut without a vacuum pump. And so when FedEx showed up today, we all go running out there. Is this our vacuum pump? And the girl that's like, well, I don't know what's in here. We're all excited. Y'all, you can tell it doesn't take much to make us happy. So we had to put 2 new motors on it. You have to put new motors on that stuff ever so often because it's just like, think of it as like battery and tires. That stuff just wears out. It just does. Because it's a mechanical piece of equipment. That's what they do. And so we got our vacuum pump going. So we are back in business. Y'all, if it wasn't the vacuum pump, it was that we were out of MDO for a while. If it wasn't that, of course it's something else. It's just the way it is. It's just part of being alive on the planet, I think, y'all. It's just part of being alive. So, Carolyn, you're gonna get your gnome that you wanted. I'm gonna just do this little heart star right here. Can't even talk tonight, y'all. Like that. Something like that. Just a little bit of red star. And let's see. What did I do? I'm looking over here because I got this thing. I messed this up, y'all. I'm gonna have to wash this out real quick. Got a little bit more shading with this blue. Jerry, how are you doing? Renee, how are y'all? Y'all tell me what. No worries. Baseball's around till September. It is. It really is. Yeah, I put you on the list, and that way I know you're. And I owe Kim Simon. She's going to be wanting some stuff, so I'm going to get on her stuff tomorrow because she's got a paint party, and so she's in the academy. And so if she needs something, those of you in the academy, I always want to make sure y'all get it. So, I'm going to take my shading red, which is nothing other than some red mixed with black. And I'm going to just kind of do some shading on my little firecrackers here. My heart, not a whole lot to it. Y'all, I love this wheelbarrow. I like the Uncle Sam, but I like this wheelbarrow too. There's just something about a wheelbarrow that's kind of cool. Now when I do this flag, I'm just going to do a little bit of shading. I'm not going to try to do a whole lot because it's a small area there. So don't try to get crazy with it or you'll cover up all your red paint. Okay? And I'm going to show you how I did the star the other night. I'm going to do this star on this. And I just do my stars. I paint them in white and I don't try to outline them because you're not big enough to outline, y'all. So I'm going to do that. There we go. Just a little bit of shading on the handle down here and the whatever this part is called. I'm not real sure. I think I got it. Okay. Now, I want to show you how I would do the stars. I went ahead and did some of the white on these stars earlier just because it takes time. and there's no point in y'all watching me do the same thing over and over. So what I would do is I would just kind of get this and I would put some paint on here and very, don't get too much, just kind of do your points first. And then once your points are done, you just fill it in. Something like that. There's my star. Go to the point. I got 5 points, so I'm going to do that first. And then, love the 4th of July. It's my daughter's birthday. Aww, yes. My birthday's on the 3rd of July. Now, Bruce's birthday's on June 30th, so we usually kind of celebrate close together. Hey, Nancy Garner, how are you? And Renee says, should have known my sister-in-law would be all over that one, yeah. Bruce's birthday's on the 30th of June, mine's on the 3rd of July, so we always kind of do something together. Well, sometimes, you know, depending on how things are going, sometimes you just kind of would like to forget you're having a birthday. I don't know if y'all ever felt that way, but it's kind of like, Yeah, remember when you were a kid, or, you know, like I'm 7, or I'm 7.5, or I'm 9, or almost 10, you know, stuff like that. And then when you get a little older, you're like, whatever. Another birthday. Hold on a minute, I gotta get my trusty thing here. There we go. Okay, I forgot I have the tire here. So I'm just going to spin this around. Put a little bit of shading, darker gray right here. Y'all can hear Ellie Mae. She's hitting the door. She's mad that she didn't get in here with me. What are you going to do? You know. So, all right. Now I got my black. I'm going to get my scrimp liner. I think I'm ready to outline. Yeah. Just going to outline. I had to water this paint down earlier because it just was not wanting to go into that CNC line. Yeah, there we go. Something like that. And then I'm going to outline my wheelbarrow like this. And then I just kind of come in here and I'll make this part probably black just because it's really not big enough to do anything with. So I'll do that. And just kind of do this and put some paint on there. Ellie, stop. Y'all, can y'all hear her? She's hitting the door. That's her way of letting me know she's upset. Ellie's the dog that she has to be with me at all times. We went to storage a little earlier to go put up Joy's because we make a bunch of them this time of year. Then we go to storage and we put them all in storage, right? And Ellie has to go with us wherever we go. I mean, if I can take her, I do. She was born in Independence Hospital in Independence, Missouri on Independence Day. Oh my stars. Now that's amazing. Independence Day, Independence Hospital, Independence, Missouri. Wow. Who would have ever thought? Trisha, how are you? Mary Jo, how are you? Wanda, I see you're with us tonight. That's good. Trisha, I see you've been buying some templates. I'm hoping you got your CNC and busily cutting yard art, among other things, because I know you do a lot of other things too, not just yard art. And let me come over here. Let me move this over here. Hey, Ava, how are you? I'm going to scoot this thing over just so you know. I had to come over here a little bit. Now, I'm going to come up here and I'm going to really kind of take this brush and go down into that CNC line, and you can tell my first swipe at it, it does not, I don't have enough paint, so I kind of come back and notice how I just move my whole arm, not just moving my hand, my whole arm, because I'm the type of painter, I'm going to make long strokes. Long strokes to me usually go a lot easier. And they look good. So I'm over here, I'm starting on my flag. And the thing that makes this flag cute, I think, it doesn't really get cute till you put some black outline on it. You gotta put some black outline on it. Brenda, how are you? Can't wait to paint them, Trisha says. Hey, Trisha, I can tell you're kind of like me. You know, we're gonna be doing Christmas pretty much all year because it takes that you know, to get the stock built up. That's what it takes. And y'all, I haven't shown y'all this yet, but I have a Patriotic Uncle Sam. Kind of like the top part of my Uncle Sam on the other piece. And he's going to be a porch greeter. He's really cute. I haven't finished him. We just got him base coated and cut out today. And I went and bought a bunch of red, white, and blue ribbon from, I found some on Craft Outlet. If you ever want ribbon, I've had pretty good luck with them. And on my porch greeter, we're gonna have red, white, and blue ribbon bows with white lights or clear lights on our Uncle Sam. Y'all will be seeing that coming soon. But I haven't finished, I've only cut 2 out. And y'all, here's what I do when I'm making a design. I make it the way I think I want it. I cut it out. I then, you know, I sit and play with it and I see what can I do or what should I do to make it better or different or whatever, you know. See if I like it. And so far, I really like him. I just had him cut 2 of them out. That way I don't, you know, I don't cut a lot of them out. That way, until I really play with the pattern. Then, if I'm really in love with the pattern and it's good to go and all that good stuff, then I'll go ahead and cut out some more. So, I think I really like him. He's kind of the top of the Uncle Sam, and he's sitting there. There's really not much body to him. He's sitting here, but he's got his little soles of his feet are out like this. And he's got lights all over him. And then he's got, I'm going to put some red, white, and blue ribbon and make a big bow. And the bow is going to go between his feet. And then, of course, he's got a little sign that says USA. And then there's another sign at the top. I can't remember now what I did. Isn't that crazy, y'all? I've been working on that design. You would think I remember everything, but sometimes there's just too much in my head trying to stay in there. Right? Almost done. See how easy this is, y'all? And so we're going to have a patriotic porch linger, y'all. I haven't decided if we're going to have a patriotic paint party. I don't know yet. It depends on how many irons I have in the fire and what I think about the design. I kind of like the idea of a patriotic paint party because it's kind of different. And the porch greeters are cute. But we'll see. Alright, almost done. And if you know me, you know I'm fixing to finish this. And I'm going to grab the white and I'm going to do my highlights. Now we do have this template. If you want the template, it's already on the website. And we do have the blanks at the store. There we go. Come over here, do that. A little bit of black there. And you're fixing to see a finished product right here. Let's wash out that brush. I'm gonna put some, now if you look at this, to me, and especially red, white, and blue, this thing needs a lot of highlighting. And it doesn't look bad now. I don't think it looks bad, but it's gonna look a lot better once I highlight it. Trisha said they look awesome. Thank you, Trisha. Trisha, you do patterns, so you know what kind of work it is. Like, I do those porch greeters that I designed. I think there's 5 of them. I've shown, there's 2 back here. There's the patriotic one that's coming out in the next couple of days. And then there's 2 for Halloween. And I can tell you, I spent hours on them doing it. Mary Kay, are you going to cut out the flag cross? You know, what I'm going to do, Mary Kay, we are out of a lot of patriotic. I'm hoping on Saturday, when things are a little bit quiet, I'm going to cut up, get a cut sheet, and I think I'm going to do, I was looking at the patriotic the other day. There's just not much in there that we have any in stock. So yes, I'll be doing, if you know you want a cross, I'll make sure you get one. I will be cutting some more patriotic stuff. Some of the stuff from last year, and then of course, some of this newer stuff. Okay, y'all, let's see. What did I do here? So on my words, I always like to put a lot of white, right? And where you have a big space of just that base color, in this case yellow, I'm going to put a big white thing there. And then of course I've got to do this. And then I always have to kind of come up here and do this. And I'm going to turn this around. Now, I forgot, I have to do polka dots on that. So let me do this. Let me get my polka dot thing out here in a second. Or I'll show you what I did on this other one. I don't need to make them. That's awfully wet. I'm afraid I'm going to get my polka dots in that black outline. Okay. Let me show you this guy. Okay, so you need two. Okay, I'll make sure you get it. I will be doing a cut list on Saturday morning for more patriotic blanks. I think I'll be cutting out the totem poles from last year. I'll get you your crosses, and then there was a couple of other things. I may have to cut out more Uncle Sam's too, because we've sold some of those. I'm not going to do these polka dots tonight because this thing is so wet, but that's what I did, right? So there you go. And it's really not a hard item to paint, I don't think. Now, what I will tell you is if you're going to paint this, if I had it to do over again, I would probably paint this whole thing a brilliant blue, or at least this whole thing brilliant blue. Let it dry, and then paint the USA white. Let it dry, and then paint your yellow. Because you want your yellow to be very nice and bright up against that dark blue. So I would paint this brilliant blue, let it dry, paint your letters white, let it dry, paint your yellow. That's what I would do. Now I'm gonna come on, I don't know if it's gonna be tomorrow night or if it's gonna be next week. I don't know. I can't decide. I'm gonna be doing this USA Firecracker Hat really soon. If it's not tomorrow, it'll probably be Monday night, okay? Debbie put some did some listings, some links. We have the Academy open until I think Saturday. We will be meeting 4 times a year at the store with the Academy. In fact, if you're in the Academy, do not forget May 14th, which is 1 week from Saturday. It's bring your own blank and bring anything you want to bring that is our design that you bought from us or cut out yourself that you're having trouble with, or you just haven't painted for whatever reason. And we're going to have some good fellowship time. We'll do some little lessons. Ashley will be there. So that's May 14th. And I will be doing all the porch sitters tutorials in the Academy. Now, anybody can buy the template, anybody can buy the blanks, you know, that's no big deal. But I will only be doing the tutorials in the Academy. So don't forget, we will be seeing you guys in the Academy 1 week from Saturday if you're local. Obviously, if you're not, you can't do that. And we are located, Jerry, at 1705 East Broadway Street in Pearland, Texas. So we sit very near the intersection of 518 and Dixie Farm Road, because Broadway and 518 are the same road. We're kind of on the Friendswood side. I don't know if you're from around here at all, but we're close to the Friendswood side, not the 288 side. So anyway, thanks for hanging out. I hope you guys have a great evening. One more day, y'all. This has been a hard week. One more day. Tomorrow's Friday. We will see you guys. I'll see you probably Monday with the USA Firecracker Hat. Bye-bye.